Hello! In today's video, since the anniversary events are here, I am going to be giving you a updated guide on the Dawngrad Banquet event. In this event, you're going to be getting lucky flip tokens because it's the anniversary, and the special currency as well for the Joyful Feast shop, which is quite important to get. So it's important to get as much value from this event as you can, and also save some gems, especially if you're a free-to-play or low spend. So what I'm going to do first is we are going to jump onto another account, and I'm going to show you how you would normally play this event if you didn't really care about max optimization and you just want to get it done as quickly as possible. So if your goal is simply to get the event done as quickly as possible, press the go button, click here, auto select whatever random 15 heroes and then invite them. And then once you get into this event, you're going to want to just select the first food item and then alternate through all the different options until you get the favorability here, and then move on to the next one. Now the difference with my guide here is that I have collected a lot of data points for what heroes are good and what heroes aren't good. For example, what foods heroes like and dislike. So that's what we are going to be taking a look at soon, and this guide will consistently get you better results. Here we are overspending by 90 gems, which honestly isn't that bad at all. If you were playing on your real account here, you might try to, I don't know, maybe do one of these so that you're overspending by 135, because there is a thing where if you do overspend by 100 gems, you do get one additional rainbow donut. However, you do have to remember that these probably aren't worth exactly 100 gems, but it is up to you how you want to decide to spend your gems, of course. So now that we're done with this, let's go ahead and I guess go through this little cutscene, but we'll actually jump over to the spreadsheet now and I'll show you what I mean by tracking the data. So here is the sheet, and as you can see I have quite a lot of tabs down here at the bottom as well. This is a continuation of my sheet from last time this event showed up, so all of the old data is still here as well. All of these lightly highlighted squares I was able to fill in. Thank you to Yummy Polly for sending me some data last event, which I was now able to enter. So what we did here is we highlighted these squares in the favorite column that were either the two cheapest items or not the two most expensive, and then did the inverse for the hated food. So in the hated food we would highlight the most expensive items and the two that weren't the cheapest. The reason why there are 4 here for drinks is because there's, I think, 3 items that are the same price. And doing this allows you to create a decent list of heroes that you would like to use. Unfortunately, without a complete set of data, you can't get a perfect list. You see there's a lot of heroes here that only have 1 entry for likes and hated foods or none at all, which is just a little bit unfortunate, but it would take a very long time to get a fully complete data set because you tend to get a lot of repeats. Like as you can see here, for example, Ordo really likes having these 2 hated foods. So with that being said, these are the 15 heroes that you would likely want to use, and if you don't want to use one of these heroes, you can swap out for one of these 6 heroes here instead, and that might net you some slightly better results. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and hop in game and select these 15 heroes and see how it goes. So here we are. This is as close to the 15 as I could get. Unfortunately, I'm on one of my other accounts because I forgot to continue recording. So yeah, I had the wrong screen up and ripped that part of the recording. So what we want to do now is just go ahead and go through again and select all of the different items, and we should have a higher probability of getting the lowest possible amount. We actually got really lucky here. I think that is, yeah, tied for the lowest cost on the appetizer, which is nice. So the result that we ended up getting on our main account was 60 gems overspend, so we spent 960 out of 900. And that is a result that I'm okay with. I think as long as you're not overspending by more than 100, you're on track to get some pretty good value. So here, now that none of these are what it wants, we go with the cheapest one, which is the prune cakes, which is really nice. So we should be pretty underspent this time. Let's see. Okay, nice. Yeah, underspend by 90. That's awesome. So what you really don't want to see here is the Fairy Dew, because the Fairy Dew is a lot more expensive than some of the other options here. And again, of course, that's going to be similar to like the Crispy Lizard Tail here and some other things as well. So there's definitely some ways that I could refine the data more, but unfortunately I just can't because I don't have the actual data points. If you'd like to help me with that, you can feel free to send screenshots like this, both of the things that the heroes like and dislike, into my Discord server. There will be a link for that down in the description below. And maybe I will make another video on this event next time it comes out as well, since it seems like something that people like to see. So underspending by 90, last time we overspent by 60. I'll definitely take this result, but yeah, I want to be honest, and this is the second time recording this part with the 15 suggested heroes, just because I did mess it up the first time. And alright, there are our rewards, 90 extra gems, go ahead and claim those. The 4 lucky flip tokens are very awesome. I think the go-to for this is probably to select the rainbow donuts in here, unless you really want the arrows or treaties, but I mean 30 treaties, I don't know, that's like 600 CP or something maybe. I think I would go with the rainbow donuts. That way you can go ahead and buy out like some legendary hero tokens, for example. This faction change is really nice, and just things like that. Also, it looks like I can enter an invite code here. That's pretty cool. But yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed this Dawngrad Banquet guide so far. Let me go ahead and swap back to my main account. So since we did complete the Dawngrad Banquet event here on our main account as well, one thing that I am immediately going to buy from this event here is actually this city's theme, the Azure Garden. And the reason why I'm doing that, as you can see here, is it gets scrapped for 1,000 gems. And that's pretty awesome. Doesn't look like it immediately gets scrapped, but we can go in here and scrap it for 1,000 gems. We can do that with this theme as well too. 2,000 gems. We are really going to need those for these anniversary events that are coming up. So I am planning on making some videos about the other events in here as well, but I wanted to have this video on Dawngrad Banquet be its own standalone video. And yeah, I will make a video either tonight or tomorrow morning about some of the other events that are here. Alright, hopefully you enjoyed this. There is, of course, a link to the spreadsheet that I showed earlier in the description. Not that it's super useful, but maybe you can get some value from it if you are a little bit crazy. Or you can try to figure out some better combinations maybe. There's some things you can do with like some sort of formula if you put the actual gem value of the things into the sheet instead of just like the number, but that would take a lot of time, and you're like really micro optimizing, you know, 50 or 100 gem gain every few months, so you know, maybe not the most worthwhile thing to do. But hey, a little simple guide like this is fine. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and have a great rest of your day.